Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to another day of Follow Sketch February. This is the sketch I'm using today. It's actually from the 22nd, which was a couple of days ago. And I am documenting a going to see Les Mis, basically. I did start out with my sketch going the correct direction, but I am going to end up rotating it. And I left my blenders in here for you because I got my layers done on the two sides, and I wasn't really happy with how it was coming together. I basically have a picture of me and my husband, and then me and one of my friends. Her husband was there as well, but somehow we did not get him in the picture. So it's just the three of us in the photo, but he is definitely with her. We ended up meeting for dinner and going to see Les Mis. We had a couple extra tickets and invited them to join us, and it was really nice to see them and a fun night. So I started with this red paper. I'm pulling in the reds and the blues because of the program that I've got there, and I think the program is what threw me off. I think it's because I'm just not used to those big, huge rectangles. I'm not sure. So yeah, you're going to see me try to keep the program intact and use some photo corners that I made myself, but they're like the old-fashioned kind where you can kind of tuck the corners in so that you could pull it out if you wanted to. And once I got it all created, I was just not happy with it. I left the video in here just so you could see where I started at and what I ended up with. I'm much happier with what I ended up with. Although my clusters, I feel like I maybe could have added a little bit more to them. I didn't really add a lot. I think mostly because I was already frustrated with this. It doesn't happen very often, but my scrapbooking for January and February has been a lot lighter than it normally is, kind of taking a little bit of a break. I haven't felt as creative as I normally do. Also gearing some of my creativity towards other things like working in an art journal, working on the traveling notebook or traveling journal that I've been doing as well, and doing a little bit of dabbling in watercolor. Also, MK and I are running a class that is meeting every Sunday and Thursday, so that is taking up a bit of time. So my creativity just didn't feel as on for this layout. And by the time I got it done, I was kind of over it at the moment. Although, if I'm not happy with a layout, it doesn't go in my album until I'm happy with it. So I did get to a point where I was happy with it, thankfully. And I really like what I ended up with, but like I said, I could go back and add a little bit more to my clusters. And I might do that at some point, but at this point, I'm kind of good. So yeah, I took this Creative Memories square punch. I have these squares, and then I have a smaller one. Squares are not something that I feel like I really need a punch for, but in order to do the photo corners, I needed like I needed the triangles. And then I should have turned my paper over so my triangles were the right shape, because some of them are longer than others and they're turned the opposing directions. And that wasn't really so much what bothered me. It was just having this big thing here. And between the tickets, which I could have gotten away with one ticket, but I ended up with two tickets on there. And I don't know, I just was not thrilled with it. I also felt like it didn't leave me a lot of place to do any embellishing, because I wanted to be able to keep that piece so that I could take it out of the photo corners, which I have no idea why I was thinking that way. I don't know anybody who's in the program. It's not like it's one of the kids I take care of, or some friend of mine that is actually in the show. So basically I just wanted the front cover. And so that's what I did. I tore the front cover off. I tossed the rest of it away. I fussy cut around the little girl's face. That is Cosette in the, it's not a movie. Well, it is a movie, but it's also a Broadway production. But I went ahead and fussy cut around her and the title. and kind of left it at that. But now that I have pulled things off of this layout, I've got some white spots that I need to cover up because I used liquid glue to hold those photo corners because I knew that my ATG was not going to hold over time with the bulk of the program kind of pushing on it. So I need to kind of figure out where I'm going to put the everything so that it covers up those torn pieces. In the dark blue section, it's not a big deal because as you can see there, I've already covered that up, but up at the top in the red, it's a little bit of an issue. So I'm working on the bottom part while I kind of figure out what I'm going to do with the top part. I think I'm going to just go ahead and put another piece of paper over, but then I realized it's not a 12-inch piece of paper that I've got. So yeah, I just set that aside and I'm thinking about that while I'm playing with these flowers. I did try those flowers on the right-hand side, but they're too pinky peach for this layout. So I ended up going to the pink fresh ones that are on the left, and I end up using those pink fresh ones. My only complaint about the pink fresh flowers is that they have such a huge white border around them. So I took the time and I fussy cut them out because that big white border just drives me nuts. And so this ended up being a bit of a time consuming layout given the 2 iterations that I did of it, and then having to fussy cut out all of those pieces. I do, like I said, like the outcome of it when all is said and done, but it did take me quite a bit of time. Also was not, I just wasn't in the creative mood, and I probably should have just walked away and come back, but I was actually Zoom chatting with a couple of friends of mine, so, I was at my desk already, and so wanted to make good use of the time. Anyway, I did pop my title up onto some foam tape just to give it a little bit of added dimension, and then some of those flowers are also popped up onto some foam tape to match that same dimension, and giving it a more layered feel. I really haven't decided if I'm going to go back and add a few different things into those layers, but for the time being, I'm happy with them. Like I said, I am going to go back and add that other lighter piece of paper that I had on the original layout at the top and the bottom of the photos. I'm going to add that into my layers of ripped papers. And so that's going to actually give it a little bit of a change as well. It's going to lighten everything up because that paper is so light in color. While I do all of that, don't forget to go and check out everyone playing along with Follow a Sketch February. The link is down below in case you're interested in checking out those videos. It is hosted by Sandy, who is State Goddess on YouTube, and her Facebook group is called Scrapping Reflections. You can go and see what the sketches are that she has used throughout the month of February. Again, this sketch that I am using is from the 22nd. It is by Noella over at creativelyyours.wordpress.com. So you can check that out as well. And I thought it was a really nice sketch. I didn't really follow all of the squares that she's got going on, but I did go with the stripes down the sides vertically, but then of course I went and rotated it. So now it doesn't look really anything like the sketch, but I find that is how I like to use sketches. I just use them to start with and maybe as a jumping off point, or I take a glance at it and then I kind of go and do my own thing. Unless it's a sketch that I'm, I don't know, that there's something really, really intriguing about it that I want to follow along exactly, maybe to learn a new technique or a new, use a new product or something like that. I pretty much kind of have been doing my own thing with them for a while now. So these are the little strips of paper I said I was adding. I do feel like it actually lightens everything up quite a bit, even though only a little bit is showing. And I really like the look. I think it looks a little bit different and fun. And yeah, I was going to try and tuck that piece into a 4th cluster, which I don't know why I would do that, but I ended up adding it over to my title area. I did add a little journaling with some white pen underneath. And that is it. I hope that you enjoyed this one, you guys. If you have any questions or comments, as always, you can leave those down below. I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. I do appreciate you taking time to spend with me today, and I hope that this layout has inspired you to pull out some of your products and play with them. Thanks again for watching, and I will be back again real soon with another video. So I'll see you then. Bye-bye.